So, hey guys, I'll keep it really casual and I hope everyone gets engaged and they just enjoy this session. And am I clearly audible? So, just reaffirming that.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
you are
good.
audible.
Cool, awesome. So, guys, my name is Mustafa. I work here at Atlan, making lives of data teams and AI better. So, I'll walk you through and give you a gist of about my journey and how you can get some learnings and drive your way through open source and to get your that opportunity which you were waiting for. So I'll quickly get started. So I'll first introduce myself. So my name is Mustafa. I started coding at a very young age. Uh, I started with the WordPress, and that led me to in PHP development, then to JavaScript, and it was more like I just was intrigued to get to know how things work. So then I leveraged those skills and got into freelance development, where I built tons of freelance website and generated a good income while I was in still my school, like in high school. But fast forward to my college, my seniors and mentors advised me that freelance won't add that much value to your resume, and like because the work is just you have just the end product which is built by the entire team, and it doesn't showcase what you did for that project. So they advised me to get into open source. So at the end of my freshman year, which we call it first year in Indian schools and colleges, so I started contributing into open source. I looked at various orgs. So I always was intrigued in some product companies, like for example, Rocket.Chat was one of those. And when I got to know that Rocket.Chat covers user base of more than 10 million back then, now it's I hope more than 12 million. That's what I saw. So I was quite intrigued by it. So I just started exploring the user base, and I just started with some small contributions. And gratefully, my contributions and my proposal was selected. And back in 2022, I was given a chance to contribute to Rocket.Chat as a Google Summer of Code contributor. I made ClickUp integration for Rocket.Chat. So, how this journey reframed my career and how it is different for me. So, I'll tell you. Once post I I got accepted into GSOC. As my contributions were quite apparent, like it was a connector. I was playing with the APIs of Rocket.Chat using the TypeScript SDK, which is wonderfully built by our apps engine team. So the work is very open. Like open source is a public skills showcase. Everyone can see. Like it's a public testament of your skills. My each and every commit, my code quality, my design decisions, and the review from the maintainers of that particular project are all public. So that becomes a very live testament of what you are doing and how well versed are you with your technical skills. So they act as a living resume instead of your that old standalone sort of resume as a PDF, which every and a person has to go through it, or just ATS passes go through it and decide whether to select this one or not. A very live living resume is just your open source contribution, and how it framed my journey is will what I'll cover in the upcoming slides. So, post I was during my Google Summer of Code project, and it was going very well. I saw this one opportunity on Atlan, and I applied for it, and I just got into it. And later on, when I asked my HR and my the interviewers, they told me that they had to go through my open source contributions, and they saw the code quality, my previous works, and everything was quite apparent there. So they really liked how verbose I was about my code quality, like my PRs, my code, and the comments, the discussions which I had with my reviewers, which caught their eye as so, and that just stood me out for that intern position, and they found me eligible enough to give me that role. And moreover, I'll cover some more aspects out of it. And really highlighted that this open source was the clear parameter for them to take my applications out of thousands of applicants, and they really liked everything about my code, and I was very explicit. So there are few key learnings if you are keen to learn that. Just don't raise PRs. You have to be very contextual. You have to be very verbose, very explicit about your every commit, every code change, every discussion, every review that the mentor or the PR reviewer puts up. So what it shows is actually how you are engaging with the community. So it is not just limited to your hard skills which you show in the code, which are reviewed by the technical expert, but your soft skills as well, how you put yourself up, how well versed are you in communicating and putting your thought process out there in the PR description. So there are central key learnings around the same. And next, I'll tell you like how this actually I was approached by several of founders in SF. They are building some AI startups. Why? Because apart from GSOC, like I got into GSOC, but I kept contributing into other open source projects as well. So open source is not limited to GSOC. GSOC definitely gives a very good boost, but if you have to be active in the community, and because open source is about the community, for the community, and by the community, so you need to give your best. And I was contributing into some AI projects, and I got reached out by startup founders, and they were very keen. Why? Because the same reason that you are explicit and everything is live there. They don't have to be go through the old school way of application process, because it's a very fast world. Like, and there are, the competition is real tough, no? So everything has to be very open, very public. So they are already confident enough about your skills rather than like declining you in a later round. So it's like that's I'm just highlighting that how open source helps you to craft that out. So yeah, this was about me. Yeah. So the key factors, if you were to take away from it, is that it open source really helps like personal growth. I was very like working in a freelance is highly different than working in an open source world. Like people are remotely in different corners of the world. You have to be very explicit in communicating. Like you have to over communicate in a remote world. You build a community, you interact with people, you get to know their thought process, how they are building every commit, every change, every mistake, every regression. So there is a continuous learning process, and it creates a global impact. See, anyone from anywhere in the world can just start contributing to Rocket.Chat and just see the impact. They're creating a global impact around the organizations which are highly security, they have high security constraints. So there we can have a global impact. So if you are skillful enough, like there are tremendous opportunities for you. Just don't miss out. And yeah, so just I'll cover some future edge of what looks ahead, because I'm actively on like transition myself into the AI space, as my company is now also AI first. So there are now MCPs, model context protocols and IDs. So you don't have to just limit yourself and wait for others. So just leverage these tools. Don't stop yourself. Get an AI subscription and just get the hell out of it and just use it to just improve your efficiency. Like now, you don't have to sit in a silo, wait for someone's reply in order to execute further. You are not blocked at all. There are tremendous tools for you out there in the market so that you can thrive. So yeah, that is majorly it. And like just from me starting from nothing, freelance to open source to endless opportunities, and a quick retro on it is that, and today I am promoted to senior software engineer position at Atlan, and it's just 2 years here at Atlan. Why? Because just you just have to be verbose and very explicit about everything you do, and open source is a very good place, and especially Rocket.Chat community is a very very valid platform for you to engage with the community, learn your work on your soft skills, work on your hard skills, and give your best.